Welcome back, Chipsters. Oh, get out of there, get out of there. Oh! You see that stick trying to get us? Oh, quit talking on the CB. Getting a little action on the CB from other places. We don't need any of that business. So, Chip and Chat. We used to do these when we first started the channel. And some people liked them, and some people hated them. And that's like anything we do. So, we're back. Chip and Chat. It could be a little loud in here. My apologies. This cab's a total different cab than the old one. So you're gonna get some different noises, stuff like that. Then the other one is louder. You can hear more of the engines and the chains and what's going on around you. The chipper disc. This one, your chipper disc is further away, and your V12's a lot further away. The cab's quieter, but we still have the problem that we've had for a long time with this cab not sitting right on here and making noises. That being said, one thing you can hear a lot is the turbo of the C13. You can hear the turbos all day long. So if you like the old whistle, then yeah, you'll hear that maybe every now and then. I'm not sure. So we do these Chip and Chats. You ask the questions on the previous video, and I go through and we try to answer them a little bit, the ones that we can, and we'll try to figure out, try to answer a few people's questions. So I'll start right at the first comments. So if you get in there first, you have a better chance of what's going on. So we're going to keep piddling away. We got the phone in one hand, and then we got this over here, and we're still putting wood through here. We just got to control the chipper a little bit differently, like a boss. So the first question comes from Chad D. He says, was the new Slasher ordered? How much longer till the V12 gets put on the old chipper? So the new Slasher, that's kind of there's no positives on that yet. So we're just waiting. We're kind of waiting to see. That's a summer deal. If it works out or not, it might work out. It might not. I mean, it's more than likely looking like it's not, but there's still a possibility it could work out. I don't want to talk too much about it just because it might never happen. But if it happens, then we can talk more about it. It's kind of it's a cool deal. That's why we're interested in it, and we're definitely interested. So the V12 on the old chipper, the V12 is just about done. I just discussed that with Mike last night. It seems like every time we talk about this, I say we just discussed it with Mike. But we did just discuss it with Mike last night, and discussed what to do. Frost laws is a big problem. What we have is frost laws here in Michigan, where we can only haul these chip vans full of chips on certain roads. So you got to have jobs on the nice roads. So yeah. That being said, it's almost done. The V12 is, but the thing is the chipper. It needs about a week's worth of work at the shop. So the question is do you want to do it before frost laws? Do you want to do it during frost laws, or do you want to do it after frost laws? I think after frost laws is kind of out of the question. The question more pertains to before or during frost laws. Do we want to pull it in the shop during frost laws and go over with a fine-tooth comb? Because we can't move our chippers during frost laws. So once they're set until the counties say they're off. So that's an option. So, but that's V12 is just about done. We got an injector pump back the other day, and so yeah, it should be getting done here quick. The question is when to put it on. I mean, you can put it on there real quick, but it really needs some more work done to it. Some fine tuning, and we're gonna get that chipper dialed right in, and just really make that baby work. And we're gonna really do some nice improvements to that. So that answers that question. Hopefully that chipper gets up and running. I've had a couple comments on here. Eddie F says, idea if you could hook the heater hoses together on this chipper. So This chipper has two engines. It's got an 875 horsepower C27 Cat V12 running a chipper disc and some hydraulic pumps. And then you have a C13, I believe, running 450 horsepower. And the question is if you could connect those two radiators and connect some lines so that if you had one start, it'd warm up the other one. You really could do that, and that's probably not a bad idea. The only little issue we have is they have, which I don't know. Some people say it's an issue, some people say it's not. The little motor has different antifreeze in it than the big motor. There are two different antifreezes in that, and that only happened because somebody moved the chipper one time and it busted up the radiator on the little engine. So that little engine got some different antifreeze in it. That V12 has the original antifreeze in it. So that's got 9,201 hours on that antifreeze in that V12. That's pretty good if you ask me. 9,000 hours. That's kind of how that works. A lot of people ask if you can. You probably could. But this morning, that V12 banged right up. I mean, I think when I got here yesterday morning, the powers weren't shut off in that. So last night I shut the powers off to everything, and this morning it banged right up just fine. So the batteries might be an issue in that V12, and there's batteries that they ordered today that are sitting at the shop to go in here on Monday, to get put in here on Monday, but it's supposed to be warmer. We'll see what happens, but you could do that, and it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Right now we are looking into some other stuff about maybe putting some stuff on here and the old chipper to help out, but the other question is, are we too far gone into winter? You know what I mean? Are we too far done with winter to wait till next winter to do it? You know what I mean? Why do it today if you can do it tomorrow? Jim asks, why don't you leave the equipment running overnight when it's so cold? I'm always afraid to leave stuff run overnight because this chipper has so much going on hydraulic wise. If something was to break or blow as far as the hydraulic lines on this thing, you could come into work and have an absolute disaster on your hands. I mean, tens and tens of thousands of dollars worth of a disaster. I don't even leave the chipper run. If I was to, let's say today I was to leave and go to lunch, I don't even leave it run then. I shut her down. Just because I do not like this thing running when it's not in my view. You know what I mean? It can blow a hose, anything can happen. And this thing can just, all of a sudden, a little problem turn into a giant mess. That's why I never feel good. I wouldn't be able to sleep. It sounds stupid, but if this was out here running, I'd be worried sick. Something would happen, or anybody could mess with it, and then you got a big problem. So Daniel says you need a block heater for the V12 and the little motor. So here's what's up with that. If we were to put a block heater on the little motor and the big motor, we would have to have a generator out here running it. And I don't like that either. I know we've personally had fires that are before when it comes to block heaters. So basically what you would have to do is you would have a generator sitting out here, and you would have block heaters on like the skidder over there. You'd have block heaters on both the motor and the chipper, and you would have block heaters on the buncher, and that sounds like a good option. But one thing that I absolutely hate, and Mike absolutely hates, and it's scary stuff, is fires. And block heaters and fires, if that was to go up, if you were to have a fire your fire hazard just became a serious problem because you're basically putting the whole, it would be one whole crew hooked up, and if it caught on fire, you could potentially lose all of your equipment. And that's the part that scares me. I mean, it's just, if something was to happen, all your equipment's parked by each other, and there it all goes. I mean, you can go from running equipment one day to nobody's working for a long time, and you got a serious problem. So therefore, that's why we don't go with that. There's some people that do it, and I just would rather fight the cold in the morning and try to get things started and learn a piece of equipment and how it works best. This skidder here, I mean, she fires right up beautifully every morning. There's nothing wrong with it. And this chipper, like I said, it was about -8 this morning, Fahrenheit, America. And it was -8, and this thing, I mean, it wasn't bad at all. She threw a little smoke. She's a little fussy, but it's just the fire. The fire, if you've ever had a fire in a piece of equipment before, you learn really quick that it's really scary, and you don't want to deal with it. Fires are no, I've had them. We've had equipment burn. I had a skidder, an old timber jet, catch on fire on me one time, and it just scared me to death. And I've had little fires on chippers, nothing serious, but once you've had a fire on a piece of equipment, your nose can detect fire like a dog, you know, in a T-bone steak. It can detect it from a long ways away, and your body just goes into panic mode. Josh had a little fire on this. Oh, I think we did a video about it, and he was, oh, was he ever stressed? I mean, he was heavy breathing, scared him to death. It's just scary because it's just, fires are scary. That's all there is to it. There's no, it's bad. You hear them turbos, baby? Question of the day, what does the guy do with the pickup load of chips on the ground? Wayne Dorf asked me. Spread them or shove them in the next truck? We just spread them out. It looks like a lot of chips, but it's really not a lot of chips. So those just got kicked around and spread out in front of the, out there, kicked around by the chipper. They got spread out up there. It wasn't a pickup load, half a pickup load maybe. It looked like a lot, but there's not a lot there. But that's what we do with the little bit of chips that when operators do numbskull things. That's what happens. You know what I mean, Joy Bean? That's just kind of what we do. Do you cut any public land, or is it all private land? We cut all private. That's kind of just how the niche we're in. That's kind of how it works. Can you do a video where the chips go and unload process? I get that question a lot. I would be really open to it, but I can't be at the mill and be here at the same time. That's the first reason. The second reason is I'd have to get the okay from the mill to go do the video there. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to videos and posting online, some people freak out and get all, you know, worked up, and I wouldn't want to go up there and do it without talking to some people first and asking them if I could do it. And right now we are so busy I can't get out of the seat, hence why we're here. So those are the two reasons. If the mill, you know, got a hold of me, there's some awesome people at the mill that we deal with, and said, hey, you can do a video on it, I'd be all about it. I'd go do a video on it. But if I could get away real quick and go do it, but that's why I haven't done it. I just don't want to go up there and make a quick video and not have an okay to do it. You know what I mean? Just a respect deal. I don't want to make anybody upset. I don't want to do that. How cold is too cold to work? I don't know. I haven't seen that. When we the first year running this chipper, it was, oh, get in there. The first year running the chipper, the first winter, I remember pulling into the landing and it was -28 on the truck, it said. And we worked. So I have never in my 12 years of working here ever stopped because it was too cold. Period. Not gonna happen. And I don't know, it's -8 degrees yesterday, -15. It's really, I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me. I don't know what the big deal is, why everybody shuts everything down like it's the end of the world, like a snow apocalypse or something, but whatever, I guess. We're still working. The mills we're hauling to are still taking wood. I don't know. I guess it's a logger thing. I had somebody comment the other day that says on Instagram, we're throwing some pictures up on Instagram at That Chipper Guy. Go check it out. There's a plug. Ugh. Anyways, and somebody said, made a comment that there's got to be a better way to make a living. And when you're a logger, you have to love what you're doing. And that's the only way you're going to truly enjoy working out here. And the only way you're going to be able to work out here is if you do find enjoyment in it to some extent. So therefore, I find a lot of enjoyment in my work. Really cool stories. You know, I enjoy taking something like this and turning it into something that's usable. Therefore, that's all like a whole nother video. That's a whole nother video. But you have to love them. You have to love working out here. That's all there is to it. Get in there. We gotta be getting close. Chase, how you doing, Chase from Houghton Lake? I lived in Houghton Lake the first 2 years of my life. Yep. Born and raised. I wasn't raised up there. But yeah, until I was 2, I lived in Houghton Lake. So, shout out to Chase. Then somebody asked about the Webasto. We're currently in conversation with somebody that does the Webasto heater action. So, yeah. Wouldn't it be feasible to build your own conveyor chains rather than buying them? Well, that's a great question. That's a great question. You gotta have the right stuff. The other one didn't have the right stuff, and it worked for a couple months. This has been on here for a little while. I picked it up personally at Moormart, and the one thing is I do, here, I'll give you this. We'll end it with this, well, I don't know, but, so I listened to this thing of how you built it on a podcast I listened to. I got about an hour-and-a-half drive up here every day, so I'm listening to that. It's not always cheaper to do it yourself. I was listening to some people that were, the guy that did FUBU clothing. This is really crazy. Never thought we're talking about FUBU clothing. FUBU clothing, for us, by us, is a big thing when we were a kid. How he started that, and what he realizes was he had $300,000 worth of orders and couldn't fill them, and people were mad, and he was losing money and about lost his house. After he got $300,000 worth of orders, he realized he couldn't do it. He got hooked up with Samsung Textiles. They did all of his clothing for him, and he made millions of dollars. But he couldn't do it by himself. In-house, he had a bunch of buddies that lived there that rented from him, and worked on shirts during the day, and it didn't work out. So it's not always cheaper to do it yourself, to build it yourself. Sometimes it's easier just to buy it and get it put on there, especially when you're doing what we're doing. That chipper's down, so and to be completely honest, the guy that Mr. Brian, he's so busy that he don't got time to build it, you know. So it's not always cheaper to build it yourself or better. Don Phillips comment, oh, hold on, we got an answer phone call. Hello?
Morning.
Good morning.
You want me to come back?
Yeah, you can come back if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, come on back. We'll get you loaded. You don't got nothing to do tonight, do you?
No.
No, deer hunting. You can't do that anymore. So.
Right. And I had a day off this week, so.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, you was sick. Yeah, you can come on back. We'll get you loaded.
Okay. I was just making sure you were going to be there.
Oh, I'll be here. We'll be here live and direct.
It'll be like 3:30 by the time I get there.
Yeah, there might be a truck in front of you, but well, that'll be perfect. Yeah, we'll get you loaded.
Okay.
Okay, no, we'll see you when you get here.
All right, I'm headed that way.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye.
That's what we do around here. We say yeah, bye. That's a thing that I've learned recently from Dan, the driver man. Donnie boy, you're from around here, ain't you? Don, I know you're. Anyway, should get a window decal Cookie Monster and put it on there. If I would have read this last night, I would have tried to find one, and we definitely need to do that. Definitely need to put a Cookie Monster sticker on here for Josh, or a little red sticker, or both. Both would probably be better. That'd be the best. Matt says, "Oh, come on, Matt, my buddy Matt. Pro Heat seems more obvious to me. He wants us to put the Pro Heat on there. Okay, Matt. The Pro Heat. We're getting prices from Webasto. We got the price from Pro Heat, and we're going to see what's going on, Matt. Let's see what's happening. But yeah, we're looking into it. We're looking into it, that's for sure. Oh, good out of here. The next question, how does Mike find woodlots to cut? Well, we got many people buying wood. A lot of timber. So therefore, yeah, we got a couple different guys that buy us most of our wood. We got a guy in-house that can come look at timber and buy timber. And it's a full-time job just doing that. Mike's very busy just looking at woodlots all the time. And the awesome thing is we've had a couple different sales that we haven't been on yet that are bought because of this YouTube channel. So that made me pretty proud. That makes me happy that we are able to do that. You know what I mean? We're able to get some, give back to the company a little bit with the YouTube channel. And I was pretty excited. So I did meet one subscriber from Texas that has some property up here. And then we got another sale come across the YouTube videos. And we're happy with the way things looked. Awesome. Extra awesome. Wesley says, John, what's your thoughts on Cat Forestry selling to Wheeler? Well, you know, I think it could be a good thing. I really think it could. I think Cat tried the forestry thing before, and they took it more serious this time with the new D-Series stuff. The Skidders Cat can build a nice product, let me tell you that much. But I think with the help of them, they could make an even better product. Okay? I think they can make a better product. But as far as certain areas of that Cat, we got that one Cat skidder sitting at the other job. That thing's got like 7,000 hours on it, and looks like it's got 1,000 on it. So you're going to have little problems with every piece of equipment you buy, probably. Therefore, you got to look at the big picture. Ooh, look at that. We call them elf's feet. Got that little shoe kicking out. You see what I'm seeing? Oh, it's hard to see. Let me show you. See it? Can you see it? How about if we go out this way? There you go. Yeah, it's like an elf's foot. So, I think it'll be a good thing. I think it will be. And, yeah, that's all we'll say. Bill asks a really popular question. He says, what do the chips get made into? Fuel for heat or particle board? Well, we don't do any burn plant wood. Therefore, we don't do any for electricity or heat or anything. Our chips, the majority of them get made into cardboard. And then we have other mills in the area that are making particle board, and even some pellet mills for your wood stove. So I guess, yeah, there is some for heat, John. But yeah, but the majority of all the wood on this job has gone into cardboard. Cardboard. Thank you so much for cardboard. Love me some cardboard. Keep her rolling, baby. Oh, man. I'm always afraid of overfilling. Always afraid of overfilling. Getting closer. We're getting closer. Bob asked, do you chip all year round or just in the winter? Now, 3 years ago, I would have been like, that's a weird question. But as I do some more searching around on social medias and playing around the internet, some companies do that. But no, we chip every day that we can, all year long. There ain't no quit in our outfit. We're always chipping. We're always trying to be chipping. That's the whole idea. Hi, John. How about a sawmill video? Well, I can't really do one of them when I'm sitting in here, and you know, the sawmills, some sawmills don't like to be recorded, so therefore no sawmill video at this time. It's just I can't do some of the I'm not comfortable walking into places and just recording, and it's really not right for me to do it either. So we did the one Amish sawmill video. That was kind of the big video for the channel. But yeah, I don't see any sawmill videos in our near future. I'd love to, but I'm busy, chipping. And just like that, the truck is just about loaded. We got 2 more trees rolling through here. Lift up them, get them through. And the chipping chat's over. That's all the questions we had. Whoa, baby, that shit fills up quick. So that was the questions we had, and we got them answered. And things are looking on the up and up, and you're loaded. You got Bobble. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. It's been a pleasure to answer some of your questions. I love answering questions, and I like doing videos like this just because it's fun for me. It's enjoyable for me to answer your questions. So just keep rolling. That's what that trucker's going to do. He's going to roll on down to the mill. And I got a couple, 1, 2, 3 more to load. So Scotty's got some work ahead of him. He's hustling. One skidder guy. We'll see how many loads. We're going to put in quite a bit of wood today. So thanks for watching. And just keep rolling.